Good evening from San Ignacio Town with the 9 o'clock news. I am Tefara Martinez. In the headlines, arguments continue in Michael Feinstein's case. Belize City man charged for the murder of his friend. And a woman was injured in a shooting incident last night. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories coming up after these messages.
Take a moment, feel the rhythm of life. It keeps beating.
What if you took just a few seconds of every day to help someone else?
Every minute, it's yours and mine.
It's amazing how the smallest things can have the greatest impact.
Make a difference. Pay it forward. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
Today's engine technology demands an oil of choice for your vehicles, engines and equipment. PureGuard is available in Belize in light and heavy automotive, hydraulic and automatic transmission lubricants in all current oil grades and specifications. Certified by the American Petroleum Institute, API, PureGuard is exclusively distributed in Belize by Westtrack Limited. So, give your engine the treatment it deserves by using PureGuard products and lubricants. PureGuard, premium products that will perform for you.
Is the news in detail. A group of residents of Santa Cruz Village in the Toledo district were arraigned on charges today in the Magistrates Court in Punta Gorda town. The charges against the group, including spokesperson for the Maya Leaders Alliance, Christina Koch, arose out of an incident on Saturday in which 37-year-old Rupert Miles was detained, handcuffed, and tied up with a rope by villagers. The group of Maya villagers from Santa Cruz was arraigned on charges of unlawful imprisonment of Mr. Miles, as well as common assault and aggravated assault. They were offered bail and the case was adjourned until July 28. The case of Michael Feinstein and the Attorney General resumed in the Supreme Court this morning with arguments from Deputy Solicitor General Nigel Hawke. Among the contentions raised by Feinstein, who is working on the Stake Bank cruise ship docking facility project, but has been stalled by a dispute with the owners of 4th Street Tourism Village, is that his project has been hampered by an agreement signed and amended with the government and Belize Tourism Board, which allows 4th Street Tourism Village to claim exclusive rights over passengers docking at Stake Bank, who must pass through the village to gain entry into Belize. They also claim a portion of the so-called head tax, which is collected by the BTB as an administrative fee for entry into Belize and recycled among partners in the tourism industry. Hawke argued to the court that the government does not directly control the collection and distribution of the head tax, and if it is found to be a tax and fee, then it is within its power to allow for the status quo to continue while government prepares and passes appropriate legislation, perhaps as early as this Friday's sitting of the House of Representatives in Belmopan. But Feinstein and his attorney Andrew Marszalek disagree. He explained why.
No, I expect that's what they want to happen. But it doesn't change the fact that the agreement, the provisions in the agreement are unenforceable. And that's why we're here. So whether illegal, well, whether if they charge it on by virtue of an agreement or unknown by virtue of statute, that's two different distinct legal bases for the charge. We're saying that the first legal basis, that the provisions in the agreement seeking to confer authority to do this, is unenforceable.
Now, if we could go forward a little bit, if the court finds in favor of your client and grants those declarations, how does that affect the entire FSTV State Bank dynamic?
Well, what it does is government's concern about proceeding with State Bank because it could be in breach of a number of these provisions in the agreement. And what we're doing is having the court declare beforehand that they need that piece, that those particular provisions are in any event unenforceable, so that those concerns are really misplaced.
And that will clear the path for the State Bank project?
Yes, to some extent. There's still other matters to resolve, but yes, it goes some way towards that.
Fort Street Tourism Village is seeking recovery of any monies lost if the court rules in Feinstein's favor. The case is expected to wrap up later this week. Belize City resident Brandon Tillett was arraigned on a charge of attempted murder when he appeared in the magistrate's court on Tuesday. Additionally, Tillett was charged with the offenses of dangerous harm and use of deadly means of harm. He was remanded into custody until July 31st. The charges against Tillett are as a result of an investigation into a shooting in Lordsbank Village on Tuesday of last week. 28-year-old Jorge Carlos Lozano was shot in the shoulder and neck. Lozano told police that he was at home when he answered a knock on his door. He says that he was accosted by two men carrying what appeared to be 9mm pistols. Lozano says that he tried to get away from his attackers, and that was when he was shot. Tour guides Argyle Jex and Louis Cahl have been acquitted of a charge of attempting to corrupt a public officer. Jex and Cahl were charged in March of 2014, and the case ended with the acquittal on Tuesday when Chief Magistrate Anne-Marie Smith ruled that the Crown did not prove its case and noted that in an instance where there is doubt, the belief of that doubt should go to the accused. Jex and Cahl were stopped and searched by police in March of last year, and reports say Jex was found to be carrying a small quantity of marijuana in his pants pocket. When the men were arrested, they were accused of offering $100 to one of the police officers, but this claim was not clearly proven in court. The acquitted men were represented by attorney Michael Perfeet. 36-year-old Sanjay Pilgrim has been charged for the crime of murder in the death of his friend, 45-year-old Carrington Bowden. Pilgrim appeared in the Belize City Magistrates Court yesterday, where the charges was read to him. Due to the nature of the charge, Pilgrim was remanded to the Belize Central Prison until his next court appearance on July 31st. The incident occurred this past Sunday at the corner of Kelly Street and Freetown Road. According to reports, Pilgrim and Bowden had a misunderstanding which led to a fight, and during the fight, Bowden was stabbed to his chest. A Belize City woman was the victim of a shooting incident last night. 28-year-old Jamilea Neal was shot multiple times, and police today reported that she was listed in stable condition at the Carl Huchner Memorial Hospital. According to police, Neil was on Farbers Road when a male person came and pointed a firearm in her direction. Police say that the gunman pulled the trigger and the gun misfired, and Neil reportedly pushed the male person to the ground and ran away. While running, she heard several gunshots and realized that she was shot. Police say they have recovered one 9mm expended shell from the scene and are looking for one person pending investigation. You are watching the 9 o'clock news. Coming up after the break, the latest statistics on prices, imports, and exports. We'll be right back.
Belize Camping Experience would like to thank everyone who makes BCE successful and meaningful.
To our summer camp supporters and volunteers who came from communities across Belize.
To all who supported, contributed,
and volunteered with our Harvest for Kids project.
Funds raised through last year's rice and corn crop will help maintain BCE's children's programs through 2015.
You can also support BCE by buying your bag of Circle R Premium Rice with the Harvest for Kids logo, now in a new package.
Together we can and will make a positive difference in this beautiful country of Belize.
You too can ride off into the sunset. Milon motorbikes are very affordable. There's a high availability for parts and a wide selection of models to choose from. My Milon, my bike. Available countrywide.
Hi.
Hi. Patience. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Welcome back to the 9 o'clock news. The Statistical Institute of Belize has issued its monthly report on inflation and Belize's external trade. Prices are down by 0.9% for the month of May compared to the same month in 2014. Driving the drop in lower gas prices, which fell by over 20%, or $2.50 from last year's figures. International fares are down by a quarter and butane gas by $9, with another decrease recently announced. Food prices are unchanged, but prices for some items fluctuated. Beef products are up more than 10%, but red kidney beans now sells for a third less. Tuition fees went up 5% and house 0.5%, but motor vehicle insurance premiums rose sharply by 7%. Municipal figures indicate that residents of Belmopan are paying 2% less for items, closely followed by San Ignacio and Santa Elena at 1.8% less. Dangriga was the only municipality to record an overall increase in prices by 1.8%. Turning to trade, Belize imported $162 million worth of goods in May of 2015 and exported $50.6 million, both double-digit decreases from the same month last year of 16.8% and 20.3% respectively. Less fuel and products are being imported, but there was increase in purchases of medical supplies and equipment. Merchandise imports for the period January to May 2015 totaled $809.2 million, representing a relatively small increase of 1.5% or $12.3 million over the same period last year. On the export side, traditional exports such as sugar, petroleum, and citrus concentrate all tumbled. Only bagged sugar was shipped in the month of May, resulting in a decline of $10 million. Bulk sugar will see a large shipment in June. Petroleum continues its decline, turning in just $6.5 million in revenue, with no change in the quantity of barrels exported. There was also a slight reduction in banana exports. The only bright spots are in marine exports, where farm shrimp brought in $2.6 million and red kidney beans just over $1 million. Goods exported during the first 4 months of 2015 were valued at $247.8 million. That is $23.6 million less than the same period last year, with two of the major exports recording declines during the period. Over this four-month period, crude petroleum earnings plunged by almost $33 million, from $51 million to $18 million compared to the same period in 2014. Sugar sales also decreased by $6 million, from $53 million to $47 million. Partially offsetting these declines were citrus concentrate, bananas, and marine products, which grew by a combined $21.7 million. The Jamaica Observer newspaper is reporting that Minister of Information, Senator Sandria Falconer, will represent Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller in a roundtable discussion on adolescent pregnancy in the Caribbean. The forum will be held tomorrow in Belize City. According to the Observer, Minister Falconer will deliver the Prime Minister's address to the meeting and participate in the call to action discussion on the issue. The regional roundtable is being held within the context of the CARICOM Integrated Strategic Framework for the Reduction of Adolescent Pregnancy in the Caribbean, and seeks to mobilize, support, and establish a strong network of spouses of Caribbean heads of state to champion the cause. The Observer newspaper reports that according to the United Nations, Jamaica, Belize, and Guyana are regional countries where adolescent fertility rates are above the regional average. This regional roundtable is expected to not only develop critical support for the CARICOM framework, but also galvanize support for common position on the issue. A delegation of tourism officials from Belize is on a working visit to Kingston, Jamaica. The 6-member delegation is headed by Abel Castaneda. A week-long visit is an initiative of the Inter-Regional Cooperation in Tourism. According to an online article, Castaneda says he is hoping that the visit will provide crucial inputs on how Belize can structure its tourism sector to move forward. The Belize tourism officials will take advantage of the working visit to discuss challenges being faced locally and how it affects policy and framework in the long run. The Belize tourism delegation has been holding consultations with their Jamaican counterparts, including the Jamaica Trade and Invest, Jamaica Business Development Center, and the Self-Start Fund. The news on the National Channel.
Today's engine technology demands an oil of choice for your vehicles, engines, and equipment. PureGuard is available in Belize in light and heavy automotive, hydraulic, and automatic transmission lubricants in all current oil grades and specifications. Certified by the American Petroleum Institute, API, PureGuard is exclusively distributed in Belize by Westrac Limited. So, give your engine the treatment it deserves by using PureGuard products and lubricants. PureGuard, premium products that will perform for you.
Are you always on the go? Tired of missing your favorite games while they're actually being played? Watch your games and sporting events live with Central TV and Internet's incredible MyTV. Simply log on to www.mitv.bz to get easy access to 25 channels, no matter where you are. With Central TV and Internet's MyTV, you're always in the game.
The skies over Belize opened up today, and the result was localized flooding in some municipalities. Moist and unstable conditions continue over our area at least for another day or so. The general forecast for Belize and her coastal waters is for cloudy skies with some showers, thunderstorms, and periods of light rain, mainly over the south tonight and over most areas tomorrow. Winds over the open sea and along the coast will be easterly to northeasterly at 10 to 20 knots, becoming gusty near heavy showers and thunderstorms. The sea state will be moderate, becoming rough at times. Operators of small craft should exercise caution. Low temperatures tonight will be around 78 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 74 degrees Fahrenheit inland, and 68 degrees Fahrenheit up in the hills. High temperatures on Thursday will range from the low 80s along coastal areas to the upper 80s inland. It will be a comfortable 78 degrees Fahrenheit up at the higher elevations of the mountain Pine Ridge and along the Maya Mountains in the south. The tides. There will be a low tide at 10:23 tonight. This will be followed by a high tide at 12 minutes past 4 o'clock in the morning. The sun will rise at 20 minutes past 5 o'clock in the morning. It will set at 6:31 tomorrow evening. The extended forecast, valid through to Friday afternoon, is for a decrease in cloudiness and showers on Friday afternoon. And that is a look at the weather, with information provided by forecaster Ronald Gordon at the Belize Weather Bureau. To summarize the news, here are the headlines again. Arguments continue in Michael Feinstein's case. Belize City man charged for the murder of his friend. And a woman was injured in a shooting incident last night. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Thank you for joining us. I am Tifara Martinez. Have a good evening and a good night.